Shut up, be quiet. Shh. Shut up, stop crying. Shh. You don't wanna, you don't wanna, you don't wanna, you don't wanna.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be watching this video of mine. Welcome to my channel once again. I'm back again with another reaction video. We want to expose these fake reactors and clean this place, sweep it clean, get rid of them and their dirty games. Please support me by watching this video up to the very last second. And don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe and share, so my channel can grow and you can also grow with me. Now today I want to talk about this Sudanese Nigerian migrant again. The cosmetic Black Beauty TV woman. Now this woman has suddenly decided that she knows so much about African culture. She knows everything that you need to know about African culture. So the other time in her video, she did a whole video trying to explain about why Marwa will unite with his father because blood is thicker than water. This is Black Beauty Cosmetic TV for you. Which African culture does she know? I ask myself. Black Beauty TV, which African culture do you know? Aren't you the same woman who is always talking about Africans in so badly? Suddenly you know so much about their culture. Are you talking about culture from Sudan, from Kenya, from Nigeria, from Germany, from which African culture are you talking about? Because from where I'm standing and from what I heard, you know zero about Kenyan culture. Zero. And this confirms what I've said about you before, that you are a lying busybody who thinks she knows everything because she lives in Germany. The fact that you live in Germany does not mean you know everything. You see, the problem here with this woman is that she thinks living in Europe elevates her to heaven. So she behaves as if she is better than everybody else and knows everything. Oh my God, this lady is one of the most ignorant women I've ever met on YouTube. She knows nothing, she talks trash, and basically everything she talks about are just generalizations that don't apply to anything. My dear, you are just as ignorant today as you were yesterday when you migrated to Germany. The only thing that you can get 100% on, let me tell you, the only thing you can score 100% on if there was an exam was information about which bleach will make you a mzungu faster. That one you'll get 100% on because that is your specialty. In that one, you are top notch. But even on the topic of which wig suits you most, you'll only score 10% because you wear the most despicable wigs. So you can't come here and behave as if you are, much better than other people. Anyway, that is beside the point. The point here is that this woman came here to give people a lesson about Marwa's real dad and how blood is thicker than water. And I looked at her. A whole lesson, almost her whole video was on that thing. And I wondered whether this lady had been anywhere in the world apart from her home country and Germany. Have you ever seen real life stories where children choose their stepfathers over their real fathers, or rather biological fathers, or even mothers. There are children who have rejected their own mothers and chosen their stepfathers. So what is it that you are telling us? Where is your fellow, the boy, living now? Does he live with his biological father or adopted father? Didn't he go back to his biological father and they chased him away? So where was the thick blood that you are opening your mouth here about? Let me ask you, what is a father for you? What is a father? Did you look for that definition before you came here to spin stories about your useless knowledge? Did you go to the dictionary and look at definition of father? Because it's not just the person who gives birth to you. No. There are very many definitions of father. Look at the one that applies to the situation you are talking about. In this case, Marwa, and the guy who just surfaced to claim that he was Marwa's biological father. What caliber of father would sit there in the dark, knowing where his eldest son is even after he's 18? Because he said the Kenya law does not allow you to take the child until he's 18. So after this child was 18, where was he? In which dark corner was he sitting, that he could not go and claim that 18-year-old child of his and tell the law that this child has now reached the mature age? I would like him to come and live in my home. Which father will conveniently arrive one day from the blue on a channel of someone he knows has been thrashing his own son, and then announce that this is my son? In quotes, this is my son, on the channel of an enemy of your own child, the person you are claiming to be your child. Why didn't this man go to the chief or any other administrator to convene a meeting if he really wanted to meet his son? Kenya is not a failed state. Cosmetic woman. Kenya is not a failed state. There are systems in place for such family disputes and even grievances. And that is very, very clear. Everybody knows. But of course, Madam Cosmetics doesn't know. How can she? Can she know that? Although she claims to be Kenyan, or rather, she knows Kenyan better than the Kenyans. This is Kenya, madam. This is Kenya. Not any of the countries you came from. Find out about what happened somewhere before you display your ignorance in public. In Kenya, if you have grievances, family grievances, you simply need to go to the chief, to the administration, and a meeting will be convened immediately. So if this man wanted his son, opportunities are there. This is an educated man. He could have easily got his son back. So thinking that he can go to somebody's channel and come public and say it on YouTube will bring his son or somebody he claims to be his son, then think twice. Think twice, Madam Cosmetic Beauty. Now, apart from that, this man is a retired teacher. A retired teacher in Kenya is not a desperate man. I don't think you know this. A retired teacher in Kenya is not a desperate man. He has pension. He draws his pension every month. He doesn't even need to go to Nairobi or wherever. His money comes directly to his account and he just needs to walk there and withdraw it. And that money is enough to take care of him and those children of his. He has land. He can cultivate. In Kenya, every single person has a piece of land. Very few people, even people who call themselves homeless, have some land somewhere that they don't want to go back to. So my dear, read, learn, understand before you bring your mouth to a public place. Now this retired teacher who earns a pension says he's disabled. He has a disability card, the one he removed from his pocket and showed Masubo. This card has many privileges that he did not reveal on camera. Can you see this is also a conniving man? That disability card opens doors to some things that ordinary Kenyans don't have access to. So this is a man who is not suffering at all. If he chooses to suffer, that is because of the lifestyle he has chosen, and he cannot come here and start blaming people. He has been drawing a salary all these years. Did he ever come and pay school fees for his son? Or even buy a shirt? Or even an innerwear? This man, a grown man, because of greed, comes on camera and talks so foolishly. A little shopping of 1,000 shillings was enough to bring him out of some hole that he had been hiding in to make a fool of himself. Wow. And then Black Beauty TV can come here on YouTube and start telling us why Marwa will unite with this man, or Marwa will have to unite with this man, and how Marwa did not acknowledge Congrats dad as his father, and how Marwa did not give Congrats dad a piece of cake, and Marwa, she watched a 20-minute clip. She wants to use this 20-minute clip to talk about somebody's life, which she knows nothing about. She doesn't know what happened after that ceremony. Wow. You see why I'm saying we need to debunk these lies, because these people are liars who have grown on this YouTube with their lies. If this is indeed Marwa's biological father, then now I understand why Congrats' mom would not have stayed with him. Because such a selfish man will drown you in his selfishness. This man was a teacher. So that means he was a teacher when he was married to Congrats' mom. That is, if his story is true that he was married to Congrats' mom, it means he was a teacher. He was earning a salary. So he was not poor. He had a steady source of income. He had land. He had a home. Yet with his income, Congrats' mom left him and married a poor man. Why am I saying a poor man? And this one is for you, Cosmetic TV. Because you're the one who said, oh, she left this poor man to go and marry a rich man because she wanted a soft life. You see, another lie. We have all heard here on YouTube, not heard, we know, because we have been there. Marwa and Marwa, even D Mwango, even David, and even, what's his name? Chef Matiko. And even the villagers there have talked about how Marwa and the what is he called, Ondari, his family grew up in poverty, extreme poverty. They had nothing. He used to herd goats and sheep. They had nothing. They literally used to work. They used to stay in a small house. This other man was a teacher. He had a salary. So he would have given this woman a better life because he had a salary and he was a teacher. Yet this woman chose this other man that had nothing. So Black Beauty TV, do you see how you are a liar? How come you conveniently amnesiaed that information and focused on how Congrats mom wanted a good life and led a soft life because this Congrats dad did everything, provided everything for her, etc., etc., etc. You see how you throw your mouth around without finding out the truth? My dear, when people go to college, they are told to research. And when you research, you are told to support your points with evidence before you make any claim. But I can see you are never taught that in college. In nursing school, they didn't teach you anything about point, evidence, explanation. So how can you understand the basics of a PQE and a PEE? Because otherwise, you'd have given a point, given evidence, and the explanation. So here you are, you're just blabbing your mouth without any evidence. You yourself are a double migrant. You ran after wealth to chase away poverty. Why did you run away from wealth? Why did you leave your country? Wasn't it because you were chasing wealth? You like it when you chase wealth and marry a Muzungu so you can have and leave out Africans because you thought Africans will make you suffer. You marry a Muzungu so you can have a soft life. Then you want to complain about Congrats mom leaving some useless man to come and marry this man. Congrats dad. Tell us why you didn't marry there was no African around that you could marry. You chose a Muzungu who is old enough to be your father. Why? What did he have? Must have been money, definitely. Please, don't bring your nonsense here. So this is your thing. You think everyone is like you, chasing wealth. So with you and your wealth chasing mentality, when you see somebody, you always imagine, even Dimwango, oh, she always wants a rich man. Oh, she wants wealth. Even Marwa, oh, he wants wealth. Oh, he says he's richer than the president. Oh, is there anything you can talk about that is not pegged to wealth? You've already had your wealthy man. Leave others to look, please. Otherwise, you should leave Germany and go back to Africa and get an African village man to marry you. Because you didn't want to suffer, you chose this life. Now you feel bad when another person tries to choose the same life for themselves. My dear, Congrats dad is, and will always be Marwa's dad. Because that's the only father Marwa ever knew. He was there when he went to school, when Marwa went to school. Congrats dad was there when Marwa was sick. Congrats dad was there when Marwa graduated. Congrats dad was there through thick and thin. He taught this boy how to become a man. He taught him tough lessons of life. He punished him when he did something wrong. And he praised him when he did good, and he still stands by him even today. So where was this teacher all these years? So even if he went to court today, he will lose both war and battle. He will not win anything. Marwa doesn't have to show you on camera that he recognizes Congrats dad as his father. He doesn't need the camera to show that, my dear. Do you need a camera to show us that these are your children or that is your husband? No. Because we already know that. Which father was present when the villa was being opened? And which father was present to close the party in style? It was Congrats dad. For you, you came here saying, oh, congrats, dad is a wicked man. Look at how he came and shouted at the party. What? You do not know the reason why this man shouted at the party? And he knew somebody had to take action so his son can have some quiet time and rest because he had had a very busy time. You cannot know that because you don't understand so many things anyway. So, you seeing Marwa give him a cake does not say otherwise. Because those who are there have a different story. So keep guessing until your big head bursts, my dear. Hey. Because you'll be guessing all your life. That is what you are doing, wondering what Marwa is doing, what he has said, what he has not said, so you can see how to make money on YouTube. Shame on you. A woman with no moral standards, no sense of responsibility. Marwa has never hidden the fact that Congrats' dad is his stepdad. Everybody knows that. He says it on camera, up front. He doesn't hide it. So if Congrats' dad was his stepdad, it means he had a father somewhere. We didn't need Masubo and you to go and dig out some man to come and show us this is Marwa's father. He is not interested. We are not interested. Why are you interested? What are you benefiting by that? Huh? Is it tickling you so much? Now the story of how Marwa's mother came to marry Congrats' dad is a private affair. It's none of your business. It's just like the story of how you came to marry a man who is old enough to be your father. It's your business. We don't want to know. So keep it there. We don't want to even dig it. So what is your problem of how Congrats' mom came to marry Congrats' dad? He has never hidden the fact that this is his stepdad. So we know for sure that Marwa's father and David's father are different, but their mother is the same. We are not looking for the other father. So why are you looking for him? This woman with her clothes in literally everything. Busybody. Now the fact that Congrats' mom went to college just proves that she is an amazing woman who is ready to develop herself for the sake of her family. She developed herself, improved herself for the sake of her family. She's a role model that other women and even men should emulate. People like Masubo, who are just sitting there doing nothing, should see this woman who took herself to school, went to college, and got a job. People like Max, who are trained teachers, sitting on stones, spinning stories and lies so people can be sending them money instead of going to look for jobs when they are trained as teachers. This woman is a role model that every people should emulate. Those people who sit on stones every morning to spin stories, or those who sit in front of screens to gossip, like AMQ, should emulate this woman who, as you say, left that selfish man, came and married this poor man, and went to school and trained to be a teacher. So look at this woman. Congrats' man is a wife, she's a mother, she's a professional who is able to balance the three and come out standing. Look at her, she's standing in the face of all adversities. She's still standing. It's her hard work that put her in the management level at her school. She is heading her school through hard work, not through shortcuts like the ones you people are taking here on YouTube. This is what her husband appreciates. and what her children have emulated, the culture of hard work, whether on YouTube or elsewhere. That's what Marwa tells everyone who he has had the opportunity to give a shout out, that you must work hard. How about you? You want to do your shoddy nursing job, and because the money is not enough, you want to take a shortcut by climbing on Marwa's back. Hey, wait for the next 30 minutes video, my dear, so you can spin more lies about it. It puts food on your table anyway, it buys your children extras, and it takes you and your children to those restaurants and excursions you had never been to before. So wait for the next 30-minute video or 1-hour video, whichever one Marwa decides to spin, so you can grab it and start feasting on it. Like you said, no one should come to your channel to disagree with what you are saying. So I've taken your advice and opened a channel for myself and for the travel commando, so you can do your nonsense in this channel of yours and continue abusing people. Kudos, Marwa. Keep going, travel, do things that annoy these women, so you can employ more of these lazy people and feed their families. Keep traveling, travel. Do things that annoy them. Get more complimentary so that they can even get more annoyed. Let people pay food for you or whatever it is so they can get even more irritated, because that will employ them and put food on their tables for their children and their husbands, and pay school fees for their children. This woman, she is another one. You know, she sits there and behaves as if she is the what do I say? Jack of all trades. She has a PhD in everything that exists under this earth. If you want to talk nuclear, she knows. If you want to talk war, she knows. If you want to talk family, she knows. If you want to talk marriage, she knows. If you want to talk children, she knows. If you want to talk lost fathers, she knows. So what doesn't she know? Thank you, my subscribers, for listening to me. Please leave a comment so I can know what you think. Watch my video up to the very end. Like, this one is long. I hope you will not get tired. Watch it up to the very end. If you're listening to this, it means you have reached the end of my video. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you, and God bless you.